Welcome to TL Toneworks. My name is Jonathan. This here is Flattley's The Joker. This is a tube-inspired overdrive pedal that shares its DNA with another pedal from Flattley's lineup. I'm going to tell you all about it, but first, let's have a quick look at the specs. The Joker is a versatile boost and overdrive pedal built around a FET-based 12AX7 tube simulation designed to deliver the feel and harmonic response of a small overdriven tube combo. This pedal covers three main roles. First is a warm and dynamic clean boost. Second, a low gain to tweed-style overdrive in dirt mode. Third is higher gain rock tones in filth mode. The Joker also excels as a tone-shaping boost, adding harmonic content and character when pushing the front of an amp or your favorite overdrive pedal. The controls are pretty simple, but I still want to highlight a few features. You have your volume, which has plenty of output, your gain control, which is self-evident, and then you have the tone control, which kind of works differently than most tone control. All the way to the left, you get a bass boost. In the center, you get mid-focus, and if you go all the way to the right, you get almost into treble booster territory. The toggle selects between Dirt and Filth. When you're in Dirt, you get all the overdrive from the circuit itself, but when you kick in Filth, that's where the FET-based 12AX7 simulation kicks in. standalone pedal, the Joker stands in that low to medium gain territory. It kind of reminds me of pedals like the Lightspeed or the Timmy. I'm not saying that it sounds like those, but it's doing something similar in the way that it's adding some really beautiful overdrive without coloring the sound of the amplifier. When you crank that gain and go from the Dirt to Filth, you start to get into that fuzz territory. It is clipping in a certain way that is reminiscent of Tweed amplifiers. So if ever you've played Tweed amps or some of the Supro amplifiers that kind of do that farty fuzz kind of thing, you kind of get some of that flavor with this pedal, but it's not obnoxious or unusable. It's just a different type of tone. It is similar to the EHX I think it's the Hot Tube. I was going to say Hot Wax, but that's like two pedals in one. It's the Hot Tubes, or even when you crank up the Way Huge Red Llama, you get that Tweed-ish borderline fuzz kind of thing going on. And this pedal does it, especially if you crank up, as I said, the gain, and you go into filth mode. With that said, my preferred way of using this is after a pedal where I'm going to be using mostly the tone to shape how the pedal responds, and then add some grit if I need to. So if you think of a pedal like the Blues Driver, very much capable of going into like really heavy saturated tones if you need it. But if you want to use it as more of a like low gain and you want to add some filth without driving the pedal itself, you can use this right after the Boss and get some very cool tones out of it that if you were driving this into the Blues Driver, you'd be getting very different flavors of distortion. So after overdrives is a really cool way to use it. Now, that being said, I also like it in front of different pedals. You just have to experiment on whether it goes before or after your favorite overdrive, and you're going to get some very different tones out of it. The Joker is also a great solution for something like this amplifier over here, which is a Marshall clone. It's all hand-wired, plexi-style amplifier with two 10-inch speakers, but it doesn't go into really heavy territory. It's still very old school, very cool for rhythm parts, but as soon as you want to go into lead territory, the amp doesn't give anymore. So if you use something like this, you still retain the sound of the amplifier without coloring it too much. I've tried tube screamers, Klon-style pedals, treble boosters. None of them really tickle my fancy, but with something like this, I'm getting more of that amp tone that I'm liking, and I can just almost use it like a two-channel amp. So that's another very cool way of using this pedal. As always, let me know if you have any questions about this pedal. I'll do my best to answer you. And if you want to see this in a future video, maybe stacking it with other pedals I didn't think about, let me know in the comments. And in the meantime, there's a video appearing right here on screen that YouTube tells me you might enjoy. So click on that video, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Cheers.